I'm super stoked on this. I am going to cut this short. I do see a Camaro swapped V6 Miata that might be a little bit more interesting than your car.
I think it is. It's definitely faster.
Let's go shoot this way. Let's run around the front of this car. I'm going to go talk with Mr. Ryan Passey. Thank you. I'm trying to trip up my cameraman, guys. I'm trying to actually make him claim work comp if you didn't know. He told me he's having a bad day. We got 10 feet, guys. We got 10 feet. Luckily, we're 2 feet away from the car. So let me tell you a little bit about this before the owner talks to you. This is a car that I've researched a lot, and I've actually commentated a lot about. It is a Mazda Miata, guys. What chassis is it?
It is a 1990 chassis.
1990 NA? NA Miata. This is the original go-slow vehicle, guys, but that handles well. What you're seeing under the hood of this is an LFX Camaro V6 swap. The first time I heard about this, I said, what kind of idiot puts a V6 in a Miata? Then I saw it go around the track, and I literally ate my own words that day. I kid you not. I've been watching this guy and following this guy and commentating this guy for I don't know how long now, but every event he goes to, he blows my mind. In between the first session and now, I think you've picked up a good 6 seconds from fastest lap?
Yeah, I think so. Track's gotten better, but we're also, first time here, and we're just figuring out where we can push speed, so still figuring that out.
So I will tell you, from Button Willow to here to anywhere I've seen you run, the car always looks super stable. Big Willow, I've definitely seen you run at Big Willow. It never looks out of shape. Is that just the engineering that went into the car, or is that just your driving skill? Let's wait for this car to fly by. So you think that's the engineering in the car or your driving skill?
Obviously we've got a lot of good partners that have contributed stuff that makes the car really stable. I'd say that the strength of this car is the downforce, and that's what helps it be stable. I feel like I'm getting a little loose out there and everything, but everybody says that from the outside it looks like it's just planted. So I'll take that. It's fast through the corners and the brakes.
No, and that's killer. And I'm definitely going to tell you right now, that is one of the things. I'm watching you on feed. I don't know if you've had a chance to go backwards, but we can see 95% of a lap. So I can watch you from beginning till turn 19, and then you go 19, 20, and I can see you come down the front straight. And through the S's, you're super smooth. Through the low speed, you're super smooth. I actually lose you through the triple apex corner, so I don't see you in the middle where you probably are getting a little loose. But this car is by far one of the nicest cars when it comes to being planted. Not to say anything good or bad, but you look as planted as Life Motorsports. Their car looks slow. Your car looks slow. When the car looks like it's not doing anything, it's slow. But I do want to ask, how are the conditions out there? How is it affecting your driving, the tires, the brakes, and all that?
Especially the morning was challenging. We went out there and it felt like I was on ice. This last session felt pretty good. It still takes a little time to get some temperature into the tires. And going through like that, I don't remember which turn number it is, but the triple apex you're talking about?
Yeah, that's like 16, 17, 18.
Okay, yeah, that right-hander, we're like 5th gear, foot down, and the back end's trying to come out the whole way around it. So it's like these tires, once they're good, temperature-wise, they're almost falling off. So it's kind of a fine line that we ride with it, but it's street tires. They're not really supposed to be doing this, right?
You're right. No, and you are on the BFG Rivals, right? I've heard a lot of good things from these tires, especially from Miata guys. You don't hear a lot of heavy car guys running this. From what you said, the car falls off really fast. But the LFX swap, how much weight did it really add?
The weight balance front to rear is actually the same as when it was Turbo 1.6. It gains weight overall because it's got a heavier transmission and a few things like that. But with driver, we're at 2,300. I think we gained about 100 pounds total. But it's balanced, it's centered.
So he's the same weight as me on a bicycle, guys. That's basically where we're at right now. As you can tell, the car is pretty extreme. The car is pretty extreme aero-wise, but honestly, it's a simple setup. He has a nice front wing. It looks like, was this any CFD? Is this homemade? Is this someone made this for you? What was it?
This is a Blackbird. Oh, hang on. This is a Blackbird Fabworx design for the spoiler, or for the splitter. Kind of no CFD, but just applying a lot of good known principles to create as much downforce as we could without making a lot of drag.
Well, Blackbird Fabworx has worked on a lot of Miatas. It's what they do. You know what I mean? So when it comes to a shop telling you, hey, I'm going to build you some front aero, then I truly believe that shop. So we only have about 10 feet, but let's see if we can get a good side shot over here. We're running out of cable because it's 1997 and we're not digital. So I'm going to get you over here. So the first thing I noticed, let me tell you, the first time I saw this car was at Big Willow. And it's the weirdest thing in the world to be on the side of this car and only hear one bank of exhaust. Like when you're standing directly to the side, it's just puh, puh, puh.
Yeah, you only hear 3 of the cylinders. And so it sounds, we call it the angry tractor.
It sounds like it's dieseling almost.
Yeah.
So this car, as you can tell, it's on a nice StopTech brake system front and rear. I'm guessing those rotors are specifically made to have the least amount of rotational weight in the back?
Exactly. It's a balancing act with mass versus how much temperature they can handle, but we try to trim it down. I mean, it is time attack, and so we're trying to reduce the weight as much as possible.
Is that a GT1000?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Dual element. So what's the length on that GT1000?
This is a 71. So it's they actually will make it bigger, but it's kind of their widest size that they advertise.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you call them over there, they'll make you an 80 if you want. Give me the money and I'll make it for you. Blackbird Fabworx, it looks like, I mean, wing mounts?
It's not, but we consulted with them on designing them.
And who made the end plates?
Those are Singular Motorsports end plates.
They look good. I mean, I'll be really honest with you. This whole setup together, on track, this car looks a little ridiculous, guys. Let's be honest with each other. You see this Miata with the biggest front end in the world, and then, you know, it's real skinny in the side and then a beautiful rear end. But when you get up and close to it, you see all the things they've really put into it. You see how they've taken everything they've learned through the past, the front splitter, the side skirts, just the way this fender comes in to evacuate air from the front tires. You could tell that this car has a good years of development. And honestly, like I said, I've been following Ryan for a while. I saw him at GTA Finals last year. He was laying it down, setting personal bests. This car is just a car that's going to go on. Now, the only real question I have is, do you have plan for more power down the road?
I mean, we're certainly thinking about it, right? I mean, today in our class, I haven't checked, but I'm sure we're the lowest power car on the grid in limited. I mean, a lot of these guys have over double our horsepower. So to be even close to them is saying a lot for what it does in the brakes and in the corners. Down the straights, I know they're getting seconds on us, but we make up for it. So, yeah.
That's great, Ryan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for always coming out and supporting, and keep going out there and killing it, brother. Let's keep going out there and killing it.